Toastmasters and guests. Every mirror has two faces. One that shows you your actual self and the other that shows you what you want to see. I woke up this morning feeling a little more fat than I did yesterday. I noticed that my waist looked like I'd gathered a couple of extra inches and my hands looked chubbier too. How about you? What have you been telling yourself about your body? Do you hate your thighs, your tummy, your jawline or your hair? Maybe the color of your skin? Do you wish you had a brighter set of teeth or a slightly longer nose? Are you holding out to yourself like me and saying, if only I did have this, then I'd be more lovable? No matter what it is, most of us here have at least one reason not to completely love ourselves. A part of you that's not getting fully loved and adored, not by others, but by just you. Whether you feel fat, thin, or something in between that, has very little to do with the reality of the situation, says a study conducted by University College of London. The researchers say that a person's self-image is an illusion constructed by the brain. Feeling fat, thin, or not beautiful can sometimes be only in the mind. How many of us here in this room took a New Year resolution to lose some weight this year? I did. Well, a newspaper poll showed that 55% readers said that losing weight was the #1 New Year resolution, just like the last year and the year before that. Another interesting study showed that 75% women feel that they were too fat. 95% women had dieted at some point in time, and at any given point of time, 50% of women population was always on diet. Not dieting for health purposes, but dieting to lose weight to achieve the perfect body. This means a huge number of us, or your wives, your girlfriends, your peers, feel fat, count calories, obsess over their weight and looks, and let their self-esteem depend on the scale reading of a weighing machine. The Indian obsession with beauty is inescapable. Everywhere you look, magazine covers, billboards, advertisements, television, beauty and perfect figure confront you. You can't avoid them. Stars on primetime television look flawlessly beautiful and don't hesitate to flaunt their $1,000,000 physique. Magazine covers show women with tiny waists and glowing complexion with feature articles on how to get that perfect look. Why has this virtually impossible task of achieving an Aishwarya Rai's body become so incredibly important to Indians? Could the answer be that Indians are becoming, urban educated Indians are becoming extremists? In our culture, bigger the biceps the better, thinner the waist the better, faster the better, richer the better, anything that is more is better. Unfortunately, yes. And added to this, most youngsters compare themselves to images that they see on the media. How are young men and women supposed to survive comparing themselves against these prevalent images? Whether it's Shah Rukh Khan's recently acquired six-packs abs or Deepika Padukone's sexy smile. Sure, some of these celebrities are legitimately gorgeous, but notice how they always became better looking after they became famous. They have trainers, stylists, makeup artists, dietitians, the best things that the money can buy them. And yet, we compare ourselves and our significant others to them. My 16-year-old neighbor is preparing to go for her school graduation program. All she can think of now is fairness creams, facials, dieting, and getting that perfect Angelina Jolie look for her big day. Youngsters probably face the most part of this problem. They face constant pressure from teenagers and people of the opposite sex. I sometimes feel, are we all party to this? Have we all in some way or the other contributed to affecting and influencing the minds of young teenagers in such a vulnerable age? Well, the real problem also lies in the fact that we're losing weight in a wrong way. Let me tell you what has the urban India and metro cities shrinking today. It's eating disorders and plastic surgery, with just enough airbrushing to create a masterpiece. People in the age group of 25 to 45 are fueling a surge in demand for cosmetic surgery. facelifts, liposuction, Fraxel treatments, the works. Several affluent Indians and middle-class Indians visit their local American laser center with a desire and a desperation for a little nip here and a tuck there. Sadly, all these approaches to losing weight or looking beautiful are all unhealthy. As long as this obsession for beauty continues, so will the million-dollar diet industry. And worse, people's disappointment will continue as they strive to achieve what their bodies weren't meant to have. The size of an average model is 5 foot 11 inches and 117 pounds. The size of an average Indian woman is 5 foot 2 inches and 140 pounds. And yet, Indian women are sold the idea that beauty is attainable only in a size 26 waist. The advertising companies and the mainstream media have sold this concept to Indians in order to sell diet plans, surgeries, pills, cosmetic surgery, etc. But when did all this happen? When did beauty become so hard to achieve? When did beauty get attached with a cost? What is this obsession for beauty going to do for us in the long run, except skew our perception of what beauty is really meant to be? I tuned into VH1 the other day and I stumbled upon the show 101 Sexiest Bodies. Literally 5 hours of listening to just how gorgeous celebrities are. By the end of the show, I was ready to give up forever and chalk it up to celebrities' good genes. But somehow that day I also realized that we all need to expand our concept of beauty. Beauty isn't only what you see on a magazine cover. Think of people that you think are beautiful. Think of people that you admire. Are they all perfect? Are their bodies perfect? Probably not. You probably don't admire them because of their physical traits. You be the first one to celebrate your unique look. Realize that beauty is more than just skin deep. Realize that there is beauty in intellect and character too. Of course, there's nothing wrong with working towards getting a better body, but just do it in a healthy way. Do something kind. Avoid being sucked into this unhealthy world and media pressure. Put your body in motion. Make yourself a healthy meal. Walk out of the door with your head held high. You or your significant other might not be perfect, but there's nothing more sexier or appealing than a woman or a man with an intellect. Thank you.
Thank you, Deepa, for that